This is a brief video introducing unit number 9. Okay, um, let's get to it. Okay, what's special about unit number 9 in applications of trigonometry? It's all about the triangle. Okay, so let's just say I had 5, 4, and 3, and I called that angle A, right? All right, could I find everything about this triangle? Can I find the length of all of the sides? Yes, there's 3 sides. Okay, I could do that. Can I find the length of all the measure of all the angles? No, that's a good question. Remember, I got angle B. We'll call this angle B and C. We'll call it, I got A, I got B, I got C. Well, I know B is 90 degrees. How am I going to find the other one? So you could do inverse sine of A is going to be what? Opposite over hypotenuse, okay? And then you can find the angle. Make sure your calculator is in degree mode. So this is a very important, just a very basic skill in trigonometry. Now watch what happens. Watch what happens. Now you know that life is not perfect, okay? So the thing to keep in mind is I could have another triangle, ABC, and none of the angles could be right angles. How in the world am I going to solve that triangle? Because there are tons of applications of where I need to find little a, I need to find little c, I need to find little b. And so in order to be able to do this, we need other tools. And this is where the law of sines and the law of cosines comes into play. And sometimes you're going to have angles, sometimes you're going to have sides. You will have to explore the different ways to, quote, solve a triangle, know all 3 angles, all 3 sides. And this is a very important piece of the puzzle in trigonometry. So that's the gist there. When we take a brief look at Unit 9, we have a couple things. We've got an organizer, which is a good overview, Lesson 1, Lesson 2, and the discussion. Don't forget you got this exam 4 coming up as well. Let's take a brief look at some of these. Okay, your advanced organizer, a very, very, very helpful slide. All right, here's where we're talking about the right triangle trigonometry. This is a really good spot of the lesson right there. I think we could break this down a little bit. I think it breaks down to, these ideas right here, this little video there that could help you. Okay, does that make sense? And then here's the section on the reading of the book. By the way, that would be the bare minimum reading in the textbook, and then there are your exercises. Again, I would do the exercises so you're familiar with it. Okay, lesson number 2. Here's where we're introducing the idea of the law of sines. There's several cases of the law of sines. Just click on that for a second. Now you could memorize these little phrases or these little acronyms, or you could just understand the problem. I'm putting some videos in there that will help you on that. Okay, moving right along here. Then you have the law of cosines, a very good piece of the course right here. Okay. Then you have a couple sections where you're talking about the area of a triangle and also Heron's formula, which that's important. It's also on the green sheet. Here are your suggested readings. Again, I would go through this very carefully, this chapter 8, section 1. And I would do those exercises. Make sure I know how to do all of those problems before you take the quiz, because that can hurt you. Okay, and then of course you have the 2 quizzes. You have quiz 9-1 and quiz 9-2. Okay, folks, another thing I want to point out to you is when you are looking at Unit 9, the discussion, I put some videos here. Now, this brief overview will be right here. This is a video I posted just recently on explaining the trig green sheet. I encourage and urge each and every one of you guys to look at it. I'm going to be putting a video here on real quick applications of trigonometry to convince you could really apply it. Now, right here, example problems. What I am planning on doing is going through the 2 lessons in Unit 9 out of the book and out of the readings, and I'm going to try to do all of the examples in these video in the textbook, and I'll just show you how I do them. That way you can see how I do them, and if you like it different than the book, you can. Here's a Khan Academy playlist with some helpful videos. Again, Sal Khan is a very, very talented man. We are very fortunate to have him. He's probably helped a lot of people out of some bad math education. Now, here's a video on law of cosines. I call it Law of Cosines Live. And I'm going to just click on it and see what happens here. Notice in this diagram. So what I do in this video, I go through and I use some very sophisticated software, and I'm explaining to you how the whole law of cosines works. And I knew the triangle around. That makes it interesting, it makes it come alive, and that's a very, very helpful thing. Okay, wasn't that exciting? Okay, now this is a video about Heron's formula. These two are very, very helpful. I am explaining how the ambiguous case works live. That's worth its price. And then here I'm working a problem out step by step. I do plan to put a little general advice here, okay? And then I have my video. I have my video on word problems, and there are several word problems in this unit. And I would love for everybody to finish strong and be a better word problem solver in mathematics, and you could do it. I call this breaking good at word problems, so please do a good job with that. And also over here, review for exam 4. I'm going to have some type of review. I haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet. And then you may remember before the midterm, I had an additional list of videos, and that was review for the midterm. I'm planning on doing something for the final, but I haven't decided yet. That's a little bit of ways, so I'll be looking at that. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this Unit 9. I think it's enjoyable, taking time working the problems, and you may have a flashback to some problem that you saw in life or a job or this or that and realize that, hey, these ideas in trigonometry help me understand how they solve that problem. Now, there are other applications of trigonometry which I will mention in another video, but for right now, this is the focus of our last unit of study, and I encourage each and every one of you guys to do your very best and to get yourself ready for the exams and some exciting learning. Best wishes. Bye.